Now, rhythm guitar is one of those things that's often overlooked. It's looked on as the sort of easier option, the softer option, if you will. So the lead guitarist has got all the glory and all of the solos and the modes and all of that stuff. Or the vocalist is out there doing their thing. And everyone else behind is sort of viewed as a supporting role, which is sometimes viewed as less important, which is somewhat bizarre. But people playing behind the vocalist are meant to be playing for that top line. That's how it all works. The supporting instruments are just that. However, it's quite difficult to play rhythm guitar and to make it sound good and make it sound convincing while at the same time being underneath that top line. Let's have a look. Now I've got GarageBand open on an iPad here, and I've got a drum, the rhythm and a bass line in A. The bass line I've programmed in so it's compatible with both major chords and minor ones. So I've got this. That sort of thing. Now what I was doing there was slightly sketchy in rhythmic terms at the beginning. Now there's the difficulty, you see, playing rhythmically exactly along with that drum beat. Actually, it's really hard to do. I'm going to try it again, but aim for more precision. Notice that I'm moving about while I'm playing, because actually you should use your whole body to play a musical instrument, not just your hands. If I was just doing this, it'd be really hard work. That sort of thing. Now, I really base the rhythm guitar and what to do and how much to do on Kiss by Prince. That record is absolutely amazing because it's so utterly minimal. There's so little going on, yet there's masses. And it's just everyone really playing for that top line. Of course, it's sort of falsetto. It's quite a weak sort of sound, that vocal sound. Nothing against Prince, of course, but it's that sort of fragility with that vocal that needs supporting properly. Now, when people play this at gigs, I've done this time and time again where, you know, if I'm playing the bass, the guitarist is going like this. I don't have to be beautiful. And it's just this sort of 16th note fest, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just in the way. When you listen to the record, you've got this sort of on that sort of synth with the drums being really simple. It's a genius record. Now, if you're playing guitar with that, just be really minimal. Lots of the Prince stuff has got only the top 3 strings, for example. Let's apply that to this drum rhythm. Now those 2 notes, you've got the root note there and the 7th. Of course you can have the 5th and the root, but you're getting actually more out of the harmony with the 7th. The 5th is kind of a given. The root note, if you've got the bass player playing the root, you don't really need to do that. There I've got the 7th and the 3rd. We've got the 3rd here, and the 7th above it, and the minor to major. But it's just conveying as much as you can, but in the lightest possible terms. So if the drummer, for example, plays 16th hi-hats, which I've just programmed up here, you've got those hi-hats. That means you can do even less. I could start doing some held chords and little stabs that are sort of offbeat sixteenths. Just tiny little bits and pieces just to work with the drums and the bass in order to support that top line. Now there are, if you're in a band where you've got two rhythm guitarists or the lead player is also playing rhythm, that's great because that means you can start dividing up the work between counter lines and the chords. If you listen to the tune Pick Up the Pieces by the Average White Band, you've got this on one channel and this on the other. And they're really low in the mix. One is over one side of the record on the left channel and the other is on the right. And you get that's the bass player. So you've got this really simple, these three very simple things that are going underneath that, which is obviously the sort of the hook line, the top line. And they all have to work together to really support that top line. So the bass line I've got here is compatible with major and minor keys. I'm just using the root and the fifth with the seventh as well, with occasionally the fourth, which leads to the fifth. So it's compatible with this, or it's compatible with that. So you've got a minor chord, or a minor 7, a major, or a normal dominant 7th. So let's try the minor key now. Now I use different inversions of chords there. Here's an A minor 7, here's another A minor 7, and another one. Now with different inversions you can also create sort of little counterlines with those chords. For extra effect and to add actually more harmony, because the rhythm guitarist, not only is it the rhythm is important, but actually to convey that harmony, to allow the lead line or the vocal to go over that. But you don't want your part to get in the way. You don't want to return to this 16th. Oh, of course, you've got the Le Freak by Chic. However, it is based on that 16th rhythm, but it's not playing all the time. You wouldn't do this. That's kind of where you are with that. Now a word about sounds. I'm playing the Telecaster, the Morris Minor of electric guitars, the Model T Ford of electric guitars. A fantastic bit of kit, and I'm using the pickups in combination, so I'm on the middle pickup position. Now, if you use the bridge pickup, you've got a slightly more present sound, which might be good, but it also might get in the way. Or you can use the neck pickup. The danger with the neck pickup is that it's more mellow and more bassy, which might actually interfere with your bass line. So the middle pickup for me is always a good place to start. Now this particular guitar, I've made a video about this as well. I've got two pull pots here, one of which puts the pickups in series. But arguably for rhythm playing, the other control that I've got here puts them out of phase. An advantage with out of phase pickups is that actually you lose a lot of the bass end. Now I'm playing sort of rhythm guitar using all 6 strings here. But that might get in the way of your bass if the bass line is... might be a little bit muddy. Now, 2 solutions. You could just play on the first 3 strings, or I could phase reverse the pickups. So actually, it's more of a sort of rhythmic it's more of a percussion instrument really, because all the bass is gone. Returning, you get all your bass end there. I also have I can have both of these control knobs on at once or pulled up, which means that I've got the pickups in series and out of phase. That sort of thing. So there's plenty to rhythm guitar. Having that sort of rhythmic accuracy and giving the space required for that soloist to go over the top, working with the bass and the drums. So I'll play you out with a few bits.